Hi, I'm Syndey, and this is my cat Caden, and this is our shuttle bus. We are on an alpaca farm in Syndey, Oregon right now. I'm 29. I've been in the bus for almost 2 years now. I'm originally from Hawaii, and my family all still lives there, and I moved to Portland in 2017. I don't remember exactly what started me on thinking I want to live in a bus. The one account on Instagram, I started following Lauren Gardenbell on Instagram, and I just thought it was such a beautiful lifestyle, and it was more of a pipe dream. It could be a thing, but I never thought that I would do it because I was married. So when I got a divorce, it was pretty apparent to me either I, go from a home and everything and rent an apartment, or I can jump into this and kind of go full throttle on bus life. I decided to buy my first school bus, and having no idea what I was getting into whatsoever, I decided to go for the big 40-foot, technically 36-foot Thomas school bus. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It's a huge amount of bus. I call my stationary people stationary friends. So in my stationary brain, I was thinking, I'm coming from a house. I need to be in something big. I can't do a van. I can't do a short bus. I want something really big. I want to have a small home on wheels. I've lived in my bus for almost 2 years now. It's a 2016 Ford E450, and it's 25 feet long from bumper to bumper. I just recently put up most of a deck and have got a Roam storage box to put on top for extra toys. And on the front of the bus, I have a Longhorn bull skull. It was bouncing around my bus for a long time, and one of my buddies finally just mounted it on the front, and I'm obsessed. It looks really cool. It was so funny. I was camped, just, Portland camping, and these two guys, I think they were workers working construction or something, they come up, and I'm standing where you could see me from the front of the bus, and they are squatting down taking pictures, and then, they look at the picture, and then the other one comes and takes a picture of his friend, and I'm standing there waving because I think it's funny, and they looked right at me, and they didn't wave, nothing, they just the bullhorn. So today we are parked on an alpaca farm in Syndey, Oregon. It's called Cedar Creek Alpacas, and this is an option from Harvest Host. So I recently bought Harvest Host, and I saw this when I was first moving into the bus, and I didn't really think it would be too lucrative, but have recently realized awesome thing to do. So Harvest Host, you pay, I think with my friend's discount code, it was like $85 for the year, and it opens up, 400 to 600 farms, breweries, wineries, all kinds of stuff for you to stay at, and pretty much all of them have a one-night max, which is why I didn't think I wanted it at first, but I've realized now I bounce around a lot more than I thought I ever would. This is my only vehicle, so if I have to go to the grocery store, I'm driving my house. If I go to the post office, I'm driving my house. So I do pretty much move every night, so having one night at a time actually does work out pretty well. I use iOverlander and Seeker. Those are my two main apps. Pretty much the same thing. It kind of just looks like a map, and then it has little spots where you can park overnight, or if you can't park overnight and it's a nice spot to park during the day, people will leave reviews on them. They can leave photos, and you can just get GPS coordinates for anywhere. That's pretty much what I use consistently. I almost never pay for parking. I think I've paid for maybe 3 campsites in the past 2 years. So let's go take a look inside. Welcome to Shorty. The clearance height of this is about 6'2" or so. It's pretty tall. A lot of vans are maybe a little low So this has been nice, and obviously I really love plants. We have plants all over the place. This is one thing I definitely took from my house into the bus, is it's gonna have a lot of plants. And yes, they do fall, and there's dirt all over the place all the time. I definitely have enough light in here. I've kept most of the windows. I only took out 2 of the windows, so it's a pretty cloudy day today, but usually it's really bright in here. So all of these plants have actually thrived pretty well. So I've kept most of the windows in the bus. I did take out 2 in the back. That's where my closet is. But most of the windows I've kept because I really love the natural light. It doesn't help with insulation, but I haven't had any problems with that, heat or cool, so I really love the natural light that it gives. And up in the front of the bus, I have a bookshelf. This was actually here. I didn't build this. When I took the front panel off when I was doing the demo, this little black box was already here, and I immediately thought bookshelf. Mostly because I love paper books. I don't like to read them on Kindles, so kept all of those. And behind me is my fridge. It's a 10.2 cubic feet regular DC fridge. I had a really hard time finding one of this size for the price, because usually these are like $1,500. Somehow I got this for $600. So I love it. I cook a lot, so I needed a big fridge, and my last bus didn't have a freezer section. So I really wanted to make sure I have a freezer, and one that's a stand-up style. Especially in a van. The chest style freezer is really popular, a lot more energy efficient, but when you're moving constantly and then one thing spills, or you have berries, raspberries, and it starts to drip, then you have this gross pool of that underneath at the bottom of the fridge that you have to clean pretty much weekly. You take everything out of your fridge and clean it. So big stand-up style, definitely recommend. On this side, we have the dinette. This does lower down, and then eventually I will be able to put some kind of bedding style thing on top of it. These 2 doors open up, so it's really nice to sit here in the morning, have coffee, especially when I'm parked somewhere beautiful, and just have my doors open. The first day that I moved into a bus was an event, the Wolfpack Roundup. It was going to be my first event. It just happened to line up on the day that I had said that I'm going to be out of the house and into the bus. And so my first day and night sleeping in the bus was with a big group of van lifers, experienced van lifers, new van lifers, and I met my van life posse there. And then, so that made it a very easy transition, because the first night I was in it, I met a whole bunch of people. I was at an event where they were telling me, okay, get a Planet Fitness membership, do this, do that, use Reflectix in your windows. You need random things, random little tips that you don't know to look up. You don't know how to YouTube those things if you don't know. So my friends made the transition extremely comfortable, easy. I was so excited to move into the bus that it makes it feel like it was easy, even though it was a really big move. Yeah, when I decided to go smaller than my big bus, it was because I went to Mexico with a big group of people. I'd say there was anywhere from 5 to 7 vans with me at any time. So I was able to get to almost every spot that all my friends got to. We were there for a month and a half, so it was a lot of spots. But it would take me 30 minutes to get down a washboard road where their vans were doing it in 5. So I just realized, and I had lived in the bus for a year and a half at that point, so I realized I don't need all this space. I have a lot of drawers and things under my bed I haven't touched in 6 months, so definitely not something I need to keep. And it was pretty quickly decided in Mexico, okay, well, as soon as I get back, I'm gonna go and buy a short bus. And then within like a week or 2, I had my short bus and went out to North Carolina, drove it back to Colorado, and started building.
Now for a brief message from our sponsor, Fetch Rewards. Even if you're trying to live minimally, you still have to buy stuff. Like groceries, movie tickets, iced coffee. So if you do any kind of shopping, you want to download Fetch Rewards. It's a super easy to use free app where you can earn free rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt, and you'll earn points for every purchase. Even works for receipts up to 2 weeks old. After you scan, you can redeem your points for hundreds of rewards, like gift cards for Starbucks, Albertsons, Amazon, and many more. Christian and I can't get enough sparkling water, so Instacart gift card, here we come. You can scan, redeem points, and get your rewards in mere seconds. Download the app and use code TINYHOUSE to get 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. This is a limited time offer for our viewers, so be sure to check out the link in the description today.
And on the other side, this is my kitchen. We have a full range, so gas, stove, and oven. I cook a lot, so having an oven was pretty important to me. I had an oven in my last bus. It was a small Camp Chef stove oven. I loved that too. It worked really, really well. I just wanted something I could build into my countertop. And more plants, always plants. I have my silverware in here, and everything is locked by little child locks. My last bus, I had everything kind of tied up, and then if you forget to tie something before you drive, things start to fly. So I wanted something that I would open on command, but that was still very convenient so I can open it all the time. So all my cutlery and cooking utensils. Down here, I have all of my dry food and dishes storage. And then up here, we have some more dry food storage, cups, tea kettle, random little kitchen items, and some storage up there. And to the other side of the kitchen, I have my sink, my soap up here, and then my trash down here, as well as my toiletries. With being in a van and traveling a lot and parking out in natural areas, all of my soap and every product I use that goes out needs to be biodegradable, not just organic, like biodegradable. So I use Dr. Bronner's as dish soap and hand soap and cleaning liquid. And in between the kitchen and the bed, we have my shower. The top comes up, this opens up. I definitely wanted to make sure I have a shower in this one. I use Planet Fitness for long hot showers, and for the first year and a half I used it for pretty much all my showers, and the convenience of having your own shower in your space, unmatched. I kind of forgot how convenient it is to have your own shower, which is weird for everybody except for bus lifers. Makes a big difference. And to set it up, I just take the top part off. I have a PVC pipes that I make into a little square, and then it hooks on hooks up here with the shower curtain coming down. And all of my shower products are also biodegradable: shampoo, conditioner, soap. I'd say it's not super common to have a shower in a smaller vehicle. I just needed to make sure that I had that for this. And also it helps with watering plants. When I soak them through, throw them all in the shower, give them a good soak, washing my feet, anything, any big items, it's very convenient to have a shower. The vehicle itself, it's a 2016 Ford E450, and I got it on govdeals.com. I highly recommend GovDeals for buying at least buses. It's a government auction website where you buy anything. I mean, they sell tools and random stuff like that too, but you buy it straight from a government entity, so you know that they're going to have done the oil changes and things. Buying from GovDeals, I paid $12,500 for the vehicle, and I'd say I put about maybe $8,000 into it. I'd say roughly about $20,000 total. And that's with all of my appliances and my solar and my plumbing, all the things that you don't think cost, a few $100s or $1,000. It does add up. And then wood is so expensive. At least wood was really, really skyrocketing when I was building this one. I could see apparent differences in wood prices and quality from building my first bus to then building this. And so there are some things that I did, a little bit thinner wood on some pieces where I didn't do that on my last bus just because of the skyrocketing price of wood. So when I was working, it was the normal job that I had before I moved into the bus. So I was a healthcare recruiter and selling services for travel nursing. And so I did that for 4 years, a little over 4 years, and my job went remote when COVID hit. And so I had been working remote for a few months already before I decided to do the bus, and then decided to do the bus, worked from my first bus for the year and a half I was in that bus. And then when I was really needing to finish this one up, I left my job to travel for a while. I had a home in Oregon, so I sold my home and I used some of that money to be able to hang out and chill for a while. And also, this lifestyle is just really inexpensive. If you're not traveling that much, I'm spending the whole summer in the Portland area in Oregon. It's very inexpensive because I don't have a car payment for the build, and I didn't have to take out a loan or anything for the actual build part of it. It's just gas in my phone bill. That's all I pay for. Electricity's free. And on the other side of the shower, we have some more counter space. This is where Caden has his food and water. Highly recommend this little water thing for any nomads with pets. When I need to move, I just unplug it from the USB and then tip it forward and all the water is stored in there, so I don't have to pour water in and out every time, because that's a pretty big annoyance every time you move. And then I have my television and my internet. So that's a Verizon external hotspot. So I don't use the hotspot on my phone. It's a different hotspot to do internet. And it connects to a smart TV. So I have Netflix and Hulu and all of those. And then my lamp is there. I have some AC plugs as well as USB plugs in there. And under here is my toilet. This is a Nature's Head composting toilet. It's worked great for me. I love it. And then on this side, it has Caden's litter box. Caden's litter box is under there. And in the back of the bus, we have my bed. It's a queen-sized regular memory foam mattress. Width-wise, I didn't have to cut it at all. I actually have extra space on this side where I put my closet. Half my closet is all my jackets and hanging things. And then underneath are the rest of my clothes. So underneath the bed, I have all of my garage storage that I access from the back door. I have all of my electrical system, my water tank is under on this side, my plumbing, my water heater, and then all of my regular storage tools. I have an electric scooter, which is very fun to have in the bus life, because you can park somewhere and then go to the grocery store if you don't have a commuter car. And underneath the bed, I have my electrical system. So I have a 200 amp hour lithium ion battery. So the lithium ion you can use all the way down and then charge it back up and it won't affect the battery power. Eventually I'll add one more, so I'll have 400 amp hours. And at that point, that's plenty for just one person that I'm not using a lot of really heavy electrical stuff, not a microwave or anything. And then up on top, I have 550 watts of Renogy solar, and that connects all through the back there and then underneath the bed. Back here, we have the air conditioner that the bus came with. Now, this only runs when the bus is on, but I did keep it because it gets really hot while I'm driving, and I have a black fuzzy cat. So I did keep the air conditioner so that when I'm driving, and it's really hot out, I turn both ACs on so that back here stays cool and then up there stays cool. Caden will often sleep on the bed while I'm driving, so keeps it cool for him back here. And then we have the emergency exit. I did keep the original emergency exit for the bus, mostly so that I can do this. I can get some light to come through, have air come through. I can close it halfway so it's just cracked a little bit. So before my buses, I lived in a really beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath home in Newberg, Oregon, down in wine country. It was really nice. It was a really nice house. It's funny because I had the life that I always thought that I wanted, the white picket fence, the house in a cul-de-sac. And it didn't take me that long to realize this is not what I want. It didn't feel right, it didn't fit right. Traveling was never a huge part of my life prior to bus life. Living in Hawaii, when you travel, it's to go see family because my extended family never lived there. Like, I want to live everywhere. I want to live on the beach and in the mountains and in the snow and on the slopes. It's the only way you can do that, really. And caravanning is my favorite thing to do. I was introduced to that early on. A row of buses and vans, and then you go and camp places for however long at a time. So I've spent months with people, and you really, really turn into family. it makes me really appreciate having people around a lot, and I really don't like to travel alone. I rarely travel alone. I'm often traveling with people for that reason. I love the community.
Thank you for watching our video and for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And for more tiny home tours and stories, click the videos below.
And join us on Instagram for bonus content,
including face-to-face conversations with us. We hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.